Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Who's ready for Owen Caisie's Major League debut? The Cubs are calling up their top prospect. The Canadian kid is debuting in Canada. This is a cool move by the Cubs.
It's an exciting time. We've spent a lot of time talking about a trade deadline that didn't yield probably the results that we wanted to. And who was the big fish that was dangling on the hook? Owen Caissie going out the door. Now it's a situation, can Owen Caissie come in the door and provide a jolt for an offense that has been struggling mightily over the last couple weeks? It's a lot to ask for a young kid. But I will tell you, there was a time in the middle of December in 2020 when it looked like the Chicago Cubs were taking a step back and trading Yu Darvish all the way across the country for a kid and several prospects, and one of them that came back was Owen Caissie. The fruits of that trade are finally coming to fruition with Owen Caissie in the lineup at the big league level. It's an exciting time. Congratulations to him as a kid. And as a Cubs fan, I am just praying that he can help provide something to an offense that's been struggling.
Yeah, he's been tearing the cover off the ball down there. This is he's more than earned this moment. He's had an outstanding season at AAA. I wish he was being called up under different circumstances, I'll be honest with you. I wish it wasn't because of an injury to Miguel Amaya, but that's baseball, and the Cubs now are going to get a huge shot in the arm from a young kid who MLB pitchers have not seen. So it's going to be an even playing field for the first couple at bats, first couple of games. Guys are going to be seeing him for the first time. It could very well yield an advantage to the Cubs. It also might not. We don't know. That's the beauty of baseball. It's the beauty of young players. Give the kid some time. I would assume he'll start in the series finale. I would assume he's going to start. I don't know if he'll play outfield or DH. I would assume, I don't know, right field or DH.
I just think it's cool that that's where he's going to get to make his debut.
Yeah, it is neat, right?
You know, Joe Madden used to say sometimes baseball takes care of itself, and nobody wanted to see an injury to Miguel Amaya. But as sad as that was to watch, and now we hear it's an ankle sprain, it's great to see this kid get an opportunity. The Canadian Ginger, as you said, traded for Yu Darvish, 22 home runs at Iowa this year. If you're concerned about anything, it's been the strikeout rate, but it's still not good, but it has come down this season. The 22 home runs, and I sat here 48 hours ago after the first loss to the Blue Jays, and I said, enough is enough with this offense struggling. If the kid was untradeable, get him up here.
Right? I totally agree with you.
And the offense looked better in Game 2 of the series. We had a couple of home runs, one from Shaw, one from Bush, but here comes the left-handed power, the guy that they told us has the most power in the organization. Here he comes, right? The Cubs showed up and arrived in Canada wearing Canadian tuxedos, all denim. Now the Canadian kid's going to make his debut in the final game of the series.
I'm going to go on a limb and say I don't think he needs to shop for that. I think he probably
got
some plenty of denim. And look, I understand that, yes, circumstances are providing this opportunity for Owen Caissie to make his Major League debut, but do not mistake a slash line of 292, 393 on base, 573 slug, 966 OPS, the 22 home runs, as you mentioned, 52 RBIs, 26 doubles. A guy whose name has made many appearances on the show, not just because of trade rumors, because Luke, you'll just randomly say, oh, yeah, Owen Caissie homered again tonight.
You're right.
And look, the win-win about all of this, in my opinion, is that the Cubs are not short of outfielders right now. They've got guys to play the position. They have Ian Happ, PCA, Kyle Tucker, and Seiya Suzuki. We can all discuss their different levels of struggling that they're experiencing right now. But this kid can just come up, make his Major League debut, and provide a jolt, even if it is for 5, 6, 7, 10 days. I think it can be a win-win for the Chicago Cubs.
I don't even know what to believe on the internet anymore, but I'm pretty sure before the Cubs game tonight, I was reading about Owen Caissie with 2 exit velos in that final game at Iowa at 110.
He's had a few.
110. That is hitting the ball hard.
He's got a crazy powerful bat. He's crazy athletic. He's crazy strong. He's made some awesome catches this year. He's a good base runner. He's a prototypical guy with a ceiling of a 5-WAR player. He's we don't know what he'll be, but that is what he's shown in AAA. It's not going to pop off the page in Game 1, but this is the time of year. I think the thing I'm more excited for, other than Owen Caissie the person, this is an aggressive move by the Cubs. They could have just brought Ballesteros back up, who has shown that he can do it and can more filter in that DH role, and you can continue to run with the outfielders that you have. with Willie Castro being your fourth outfielder. This is hey, no, we're going to go with the guy who is tearing the cover off the ball. We need a jolt. Yes, it's because of an injury, but they could have gone another way with this. They chose to go with their top prospect because he's ready for the moment. That's aggressive. Starting the service clock, the service time now, that says they're serious about trying to get the offense back on track.
It's also about seizing a special moment.
Yes.
It just is. Like, imagine being Owen Casey, the Cubs' top prospect, and being asked every day in Iowa, how do you feel about the rumors that you might be included in a trade deadline deal? Over and over and over and over. How many times? I don't know how many times I heard Casey on national TV. It's Casey, by the way. Like, over and over his name was brought up in these trade deals. And he had to sit there as a young man in Iowa and just listen to it and focus on what was going on. And all he kept doing was hitting it 110 and hitting home runs. Didn't seem to faze him at all. So good for him. He said, I want to be a Cub. He made the right statements when people were asking him the questions. He always said, listen, I want to be here. I want to be a Cub. I love this organization.
Guess where
now he's getting the shot, and they're giving it to him in Canada.
Guess where his hometown is?
Near Toronto.
Suburb of Toronto.
Yeah.
Looks
like
it looks
in his
like
own
his
bed?
That's unbelievable.
Burlington,
Think
Toronto
of all the
looks like
family
it's about an
members that are
hour
buying
south.
tickets.
It's sitting right on Lake Ontario there. It's just looks like about an hour or so south of Toronto where he'll play tomorrow. How cool is that? He's going to have all of his friends and family in the stands
And
tomorrow.
the other cool part...
How awesome is that?
Yeah, the other cool part about it, honestly, is that for casual Cubs fans or people, that have jobs and just try and watch the games and can't quite follow AAA baseball, Owen Casey's been the mystery man. Yeah. And some people have been like, you can't trade Owen Casey. And other people have been like, you have to trade Owen Casey. And I'm sure Jed and Carter Hawkins are not doing this for the Cubs fans. But guess what, Cubs fans? You want him, you got him. Owen Casey. Casey at the bat. He's going to be in the lineup, and let's see what the kid can do.
The Ginger, Cade Horton, one of the stars in Game 2. Will the Ginger, Owen Casey, be the star in Game 3? Okay.